Inaasam-asam mo na ba na magpatayo na sarili mong bahay pero hindi mo alam kung paano ito uumpisahan para makapag-set ka na ng iyong house goals? In this video, let me tell you what you need to know in order for you to start your first step in building your dream home. Hi, I'm Karlo, and I'm an architect. If you have seen my other videos, nabanggit ko doon na the architect is the first step in the design process. If you're new to this channel, you may check out this video to know more about the step-by-step process. This would definitely help you in setting your house goals. Ano-ano nga ba ang mga dapat malaman ni architect bago niya masimulan ang pagdidesign ng iyong dream house? Una sa lahat, lot details, o ang mga detalye sa lupang pagtatayuan ng inyong bahay. Your architect will ask you to present your TCT or the Transfer Certificate of Title ng inyong property. In other words, titulo ng lupa. Dito nakasaad kung ano ang sukat ng inyong property, kung gaano ito kalaki, kalapad, kahaba, lahat. Nakalagay din dito ang orientation niya sa araw, kung nasa north, south, east, or west ba ang lupa mo, kung saan siya nakaharap. These details are very important before the architect starts planning and designing. Kasi sa pamamagitan nito, malalaman ni architect ang mga boundaries and limitations niya sa pagdidesign ng inyong bahay. Kasi lahat ng bagay may hangganan. Kung wala ang mga information dito, maaaring magkamali ang design ni architect. Halimbawa, mas malaki pala ang design ng bahay mo sa loteng pagtatayuan nito. At wala nang choice si architect kundi ulitin ito. At kahit sino naman ang tanungin mo, wala namang may gusto ng paulit-ulit. 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 Sa ibang property or sa ibang developers, they will even issue a lot plan or the drawing showing the shape of your lot, its measurements, its dimension, and its orientation from the sun. Bakit ba importante ang orientation from the sun? Kasi dito mo malalaman kung saan tatama ang sikat ng araw. Hanggat maaari, ayaw ni architect na ang kwarto mo ay nakatapat sa matinding sikat ng araw, lalo na sa hapon. Kaya naman malaking bagay ang TCT or ang lot plan sa pagdidesign ni architect. By the way, if you're liking this content, please hit that thumbs up button down below. Next is occupants. How many will be living inside the house?
Siyempre inside, alangan namang outside the house. Si Mister. Oo, pag nagkamali.
Your architect will check kung ilan ang titira sa bahay. Meron ba kayong kapamilya or kasama na senior citizen? Meron ba kayong PWD, especially those with physical disabilities? Meron ba kayong household helper? Meron ba kayong chauffeur or butler?
Taray, sana all.
Ang mga detalyeng yan ay kailangan din malaman ni architect para alam niya kung saan ipepwesto ang mga kwarto, lalo na kung ang titira dito ay may physical disability. Mahirap na, baka sa third floor pa ma-assign sina lolo at lola. In relation to that, the architect would need your space requirements. Ang space requirements or ang inyong required spaces is pertaining to the spaces or the areas or the rooms you will need or require inside your house. Pati na din sa outside. Sama na natin ang labas para may kasama si Mister. So bukod sa ilang tao ang titira sa inyong bahay, kailangan din malaman ni architect kung ilan ang kwarto na gusto nyong ilagay or ang mga spaces na gusto nyong i-include sa design ng inyong bahay.
Hindi ba dapat alam na ni architect yan?
Tama ka, alam naman ni architect yan. Pero sino ba ang titira sa bahay? Ilan sa mga pwede nyong ilista sa inyong space requirements ay ilang bedrooms, ilang banyo, gaano kalaki ang sala or ang living area, ilan ang kakain sa dining area or sa dining table, ano-ano ang mga appliances na gusto nyong ilagay sa inyong kusina, may dirty kitchen ba, may washing machine ba or laundry area, ilan ang kotseng paparada sa inyong garahe, Batcave, Batmobile, si Iron Man, at marami pang iba. In short, this is a wish list of the spaces you would like to have in your dream house. There might be other things that your architect will require of you. Depende din sa architect yan. But these three things that I have mentioned are usually what he or she will look for. This is actually part of the consultation phase ni architect or ang kanyang pre-design service, which is the initial phase in the design process. So basically, that's it. If you have any comments or questions, you may type it down on the comment section below. Please press on that subscribe button and click on that notification bell icon to keep you updated on my latest Arki tips, advice, lessons, and know-how. You may also share this video with your friends para makapag-set kayo sabay-sabay ng inyong house goals. Again, I'm Karlo at sa kabila ng mga nangyayari sa mundo, ugaliing tandaan na palaging may future. I want to send out my shout out to some of my engineer friends, Engineer Marisa Estrella of Caloocan and Engineer Gold San Pedro of Las Piñas. I wish you guys success sa ating career and sa life. Shout out din to those who are new to this channel. Welcome to Terence Ramonal, Ann Cortez, and Lorna Prehula. At syempre shoutout din sa mga fellow content creators ko na sina Wallpaper TV PH, Jomel Trinidad Vlogs, Bukid is Life ni Ace, and The Pinoy Budgetarian. Go and check out their YouTube channels as well. At sa lahat sa inyo, maraming salamat. I may physical ability, okay? Which is actually one of the initial things that he will do in the... Kung bago ka lang sa channel na ito, you may... Kung bago ka lang sa Kung bago ka lang